Alright, are we all working? We should be all working. Hope we're all working. Well, looks like we're working. Quality looks a bit crap. Yeah, I don't know. Crap. Either way, hi. Looks like we are live. I might have, or should have adjusted the bitrate. I wonder if I can do that while we're live here. As I can. Let's just push it like another 1,000. The thing is that between Twitch and YouTube, hang on. Okay, I'm hearing that out on the speakers. Between Twitch and YouTube, it has two very, very different bit rates and stuff, so... Alright. Anyway, hello, we are flying the Cirrus SR22 today in VR. Hopefully it looks good. Unfortunately, I can't get a stream preview up there, so I can't see what it looks like. But we shall see. I don't have my mouse either. Where is it? Oh, for some reason OBS is over the top of the game. That's odd. Alright, hey, there we go, cool. Let's switch some things on here. I will also get comfortable. I should have set up... I should have thought this through a little bit. I set up my yoke, which is also a pain in the ass. And on top of that, this doesn't even use a yoke, it uses the side stick. So I didn't really think about that. Yeah, the yoke on my computer, when I plug it in, it disconnects everything. So I'm a little upset by that. I also need to see if all the notifications went out or not. Well, the YouTube one certainly did. Have a look here. Just started streaming. Sorry, man. But yeah, let's have a look, see, did the going live thing go out? No. Did the YouTube uploads thing go? No. Damn it. Alright, let's get one out then. Stream alert. Live on YouTube. Talking about the YouTube content issues and flying in VR. I'm swing by. Uh-oh. I don't remember which way this thing goes. I think it's Chillainous / live. Coke swing by, sure. Because I meant to write come swing by. Alright, let's try opening this link here. Hey Dev, I got this message. Don't forget, you're a standard moderator for this channel. Oh no! I want to share that. I want to copy the link. Where is Discord? Discord. Because I messed up. Edit. Paste. Go. Right. That looks like it's working. Yeah, that's looking a lot better. Hello. Right, we have to get this thing started up pretty quick or else we're going to have no battery. I also have no sound either, which is odd. Never mind, my headset was turned all the way down. Alright, so we want to turn on the alternators. Turn on the nav lights. See what is what. That's that. That's nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing. Okay, we'll be using these controls then, because they are good. Hey BL, how you doing, mate? Says we have no GPS position. Did I do something wrong? Heato heat on. Oh, avionics. I forgot to turn them on. Alright, we have fuel. Do we have enough fuel? I'm not really too sure. Anyway, we're flying out of Narracourt today because I'm noticing like quite a few YouTubers are actually flying out of Narracourt as well, which is very cool. It's very close to where I grew up and actually used to work. So like I used to work just out here somewhere. But we are going to set up a flight plan. We're just going to VFR to Adelaide, essentially, flying along the coast and whatever. So the origin, I'm going to try and do this under my nose gap here. Sorry if it looks awkward right now, just while I'm getting set up. Narracourt. The winds are 200, so we're taking up runway 26, which is kind of right behind us. And then the destination, iPad. Actually, let's go Parafield instead. Parafield seems more legit. Go to Parafield. I'm not really sure which runway yet, but we'll probably fly for sure. Hey Sean, how you doing today? Welcome, 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 welcome. How's the view for you guys? Because I don't think I have any stabilization on, so hopefully it's okay. And then we change the CDI to that, although like I said, we'll probably fly out to kind of around Kingston, and then we'll just follow the Coorong all the way up. From there we should see Adelaide, and then you can follow Adelaide to the CBD, and then the CBD Main North Road, which kind of, the Adelaide CBD is kind of like this, right? Main North Road kind of comes off it to the northeast, and then, well, it comes off it to the north, but then it goes off to the northeast. So then you can follow that all the way to Parafield. Parafield sits on Main North Road, so pretty good stability. It isn't horrible. I'm going to have thunderstorms on Thursday. Oh my lord, I hope you stay safe. If you need stabilization, I can turn it on though, by the way, but I do look around a lot, so hopefully people don't feel sick from that. All right, we're going to turn this thing on. We have fuel on. We have to throw in a little power. And I'm flying this with yoke, stupidly. Parking brake is set. Thank you for your concern, but I am well aware. Alright, how do you set flaps in this thing? Like that, okay. The chat's in a good space for me right now. Hopefully it's in a good space for you. How's the view? I can see all the way down in my eye view to these two biddies down here. But what I would like is for you guys to see kind of about these switches here up. But if it's like PFD up, that's also pretty acceptable. This is pretty close to how I'll be sitting, so hopefully that's good. I will turn on the strobe and landing lights now. Hello, turn on lights in your space. Dude, I have heaps of lights on in my space. Shut up. Can you fly in thunderstorms? Yeah, people have flown in hurricanes in this game. All right, let's see if I remember. That's not it. All right, that's the parking brake. Cool. Ow. I just essentially sat on my cable. Reset the view. Okay, it's already pretty reset. Cool. We're not on the network, but Narrowcourt traffic. Echo Foxtrot X-ray. Taxis runway 26 for west departure. Narrowcourt traffic. There's 36 days until hurricane season starts up again. You wouldn't happen to be in the Philippines, would you? Or like around that sort of area of the world? All right. Flight control check looks pretty good. I wish I plugged in the stick instead, but it is what it is. We are going to set our initial altitude. Probably should have done this on the ground here. Can I get rid of that, please? Let's go away. I want to set my initial altitude at about 1,500, just so that we can see where the clouds are, and then heading we will set for 260. Nice. Sick. All right. With that on, we'll turn on heading mode, flight director. Okay, our flight director isn't showing up. Narrowcourt traffic, Echo Foxtrot X-ray. Runway 26 taking up, departing to the west. Narrowcourt traffic. You might play some Curse Breaker? Hell yeah. And for those of you wondering, I am currently using the MetaQuest 3. Oh, the wind has changed. That's fine. We'll be fine. Not enough of a change. Full fuel, full throttle, and let's begin. Yes, I'm using the MetaQuest 3 as my headset today. A lot of people have been getting the Crystal as their headset. Still a very cool headset. But very expensive. And I've had this one here for a while, so very cool. For those of you wondering where we are in the heart of the southeast of South Australia. ICAO code is Yankee November Romeo Charlie. Narrowcourt traffic, Echo Foxtrot X-ray, departs runway 26, departure westbound. Narrowcourt traffic. Cool. Okay, let's set some things up here. We want heading mode, please, thank you. And then we will turn on the autopilot here. Since the hurricane's name will be Andrew, Barry, Chantal, Dexter, Aaron. That's... no. That's a troll right there. Anyway, yeah, so Narrowcourt City, just back there a little bit. Also, flaps can come up. Whoops. Looks like we have a bit of headroom here, so we are going to fly... 2,500. 2,500. We will FLC. And we'll just let this this guy here do its job. We'll change the range. Oh, I can't change it on that one. Where's the range on this? Here. The SR-22 is a really cool little aircraft, but it, because I'm so used to flying the G1000, I'm so used to having all the controls up here rather than down here. Oh, I could have used this to put in my flight plan. Oh, man. It is what it is at the end of the day. Climb a little faster. We're not really in any rush. Got good visibility out here, even if it is a little bit cloudy. And I'll tell you what, I've actually been wanting to fly in VR for a while. Like, I was talking with Verb about it a few months ago, actually, about doing a flight on Batsim in VR. And then the Pimax crystal dropped. Sorry, I'm just adjusting myself. And that was that. Everyone started flying in VR, so. But my biggest gripe with YouTube right now, and I've talked about this a bit on my Twitch channel, which if you guys aren't following, you totally should. It's twitch.tv/Chillainous. Where I've been playing a lot of variety games, but the thing that really bothers me about the state of YouTube is the fact that people can rip off a bunch of content and be fine and get heaps of views doing it. And because of that, I haven't wanted to create content because I spend a lot of time creating content. When I do my videos, they take upwards of like a week, and some people just get out their phones, they record what is called a green screen video. If you guys have seen YouTube Shorts, you've probably seen it, where they put a very small version of themselves down in the bottom corner, and they will show like TV shows, they'll show movies, they'll show clips of other people doing extraordinary things. One that comes to mind is, it's a drum channel, although I found 2 more last night. I don't want to shout them out because they don't deserve it. Honestly, they'll just watch someone and they'll mouth like WTF or wow, that's crazy or whatever, and like look at it, the camera with a shocked open mouth, and it's just, there's nothing there besides that and what the other person is doing. And it really bugs me that people are getting so many views, getting monetized and everything just for doing that. It's lazy content. Remember when React content used to be good? Now it's devolved into this boring BS. It's ridiculous. Low effort reaction content, exactly. And it makes, because YouTube rewards it, and it doesn't reward hard work anymore. So it really bothers me because of that. And that's why I haven't really been uploading. I haven't felt motivation to upload. And then the reason I haven't been streaming very much, well, I've been streaming on Twitch a lot more because I've just been feeling like playing more variety games. We just started Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered yesterday, which is pretty cool. You can see Lucindale down here. There is actually stuff that happens out here in Lucindale, despite it being so small. There's like the Lucindale Field Days or something, literally field days. I mean, look at the size of those fields. They're ridiculous, right? But yeah, I remember coming out here when I was really young. It'd be pretty cool to come back out here at some stage. But yeah, Lucendale Airfield, just down there, right along the road, just like a white metal strip. All right, zoom out a bit here. So there's Kingston. So we're flying somewhere between Kingston and Robe right now, but once we get, actually maybe start turning now. We start heading towards Kingston. Normally you wouldn't fly right over the airfields, that's a danger. But I want to see as many airfields as I can. This one here, I don't know what this one is. Coron, maybe? There's one out here that is really, really bright. There's Border Town. So Keith will be about there. I don't know. We'll set our heading just slightly off course from the Kingston airfield. I have been to Kingston a few times as well. Good seafood out there. And went there for one of my girlfriend's birthdays. Wait, did we go to Kingston for that? I can't even remember. I think it was Kingston. I knew we went to Kingston on that trip, but I don't remember if that's where we stayed or not. I'm pretty sure it was. Sure it wasn't Robe? No, I'm pretty sure it was Kingston. Something about Haley at the pub is reminding me. Anyway, Derv knows who I'm talking about. Oop, BRB, no problem. Yeah, Derv knows who I'm talking about because we went to school with these people, so. Yeah, it's just nice to get out in the planes again. Honestly, haven't really been playing much Microsoft Flight Sim recently. Again, because I haven't really felt motivated to make the recorded content. So it's nice to head out here and do some playing. Looks like the weather gets a little choppy out there. We should still sit below it. Would be really nice to do this flight IRL. I saw at some stage Stephen Drury. Is it Stephen? I think it's Stephen, right? Not Stephen. Stephen. Anyway, he runs a really cool YouTube channel and wasn't able to fly for a long time, but he recently did a trip Essendon to Adelaide and then Adelaide to Narracor. Wait, no, it's Moorabbin. Sorry, not Essendon. Yeah, Moorabbin to Adelaide and then Adelaide, Narracor, Moorabbin again, which is pretty cool. And they did all that, I believe, in an SR22 as well. Yeah, if the weather was a bit better, maybe we'd fly a bit more IFR, but because I know what we're looking for, we're going to be flying a VFR. It'll essentially be fly over to the coast, go north past Alexandrina. From Alexandrina, we'll kind of do a bit more of a straight course, running roughly 350 until we see Adelaide. From Adelaide, we will then do a circuit or a straight in around to Parafield up on Main North Road, as I said. Also, how does this microphone sound? This is just the onboard microphone for the Quest 3. I've done a little bit of things to it. I've put a limiter on it so that it doesn't go above the volume that I want, but I think that's pretty much it. Maybe a tiny bit of EQ, it should be good. Over there, I don't know if you can see it, just to the right of that dark cloud, there's like a bit of light area. That's road. And then Kingston is pretty much right in front of us. And this is so cool. Why don't I do this more? Alright, the fuel is starting to get low on the left. Oh Lord, I hope we have enough to get over to Adelaide. We're about a quarter of the way there now. I can see Rufus and Buvka. Excuse me, they're two waypoints that I frequent quite often. You can see them over there on the MFD. Up in the top right, Rufus and Bubka. Also, I realize me looking like that tilts your view, not mine. So I apologize for that. I really should try and keep a straight head, but it's not really one of those things that we can do, so because it feels natural to me to move my head around. Right, I'm gonna get a drink. Where's my drink? This. I wanted to put it very out of the way so that I don't knock it. Alright, there is Kingston. Very cool. Home of Larry the Lobster. Wait, didn't they tear down Larry? I don't really remember. And there is Kingston Airport. Can't see it very well. It's a little bit meh for me as well. I need to figure out how to get more performance out of the headset. I'm currently using it wireless, so that's probably not helping. Yeah, that spot just to the left of that grimy looking patch, you might be able to see the runway. Very cool. Alright, so we will be making a turn north now to head down the Coorong. Just kind of cut across it slightly. Right under Rufus. Funnily enough, if I was flying from, like the flight that I did now Gambia to Adelaide as a FlyDot, I'm pretty sure it would have hit Rufus by now. It would be very cool. But yeah, so I don't know when YouTube uploads are going to be. I'm sorry, by the way. I know that I'm flip-flopping a lot of topics and conversation right now. It's just kind of how I am as a streamer. But yeah, I don't know when my next upload will be. And again, that's mainly because of the YouTube algorithm, what it supports, what it pushes. You know, it's just made me miserable, honestly. So I've been playing a lot of random games over on Twitch. What have we been playing? There was Vintage Story, which is a voxel-based survival game. There's Order 13, which is a warehouse game, like a warehouse stocking horror game, but they've just added in a non-horror mode, which is pretty cool. As I said earlier, we started our Oblivion 4 playthrough, the remastered. Something else I played over there, but I can't remember what it is. Oh, yeah, we played a bit of Minecraft over there as well, but, you know, I've played Minecraft over here, so I don't really see that as anything super special. I wanted to start a forever world in Minecraft, but if I do that, then I'm going to have no time for anything. Alright, as long as we can keep the Kurong in sight here, which we should be able to. The cloud is, you know, it's hazy at this level, but it's not, like, unviewable. But as long as we can keep the Kurong in our sights, we should be good to continue at this altitude. I mean, you can almost see all the way down to, like, Victor Harbor from here. I think. I might be seeing things, but I'm pretty sure the landmass that I am looking at right now, and it's hard to tell because I have the, I'm left eye dominant, but I have the VR view in right eye. And the reason I do that is so that it doesn't feel like you're being pushed right out the window. Excuse me, I did not hit the parking brake. Thank you. There it goes again, dude. I'm not pushing the parking brake. There we go, cool. So we have a slight tailwind. Which is going to be nice. We don't need all that power. We can just cruise at 170, save a bit of fuel. You know, we're moving right now. I just hope we have enough fuel to get over to Adelaide. Or Parafield, I should say. It's Adelaide's northern suburbs. That's why I'm kind of cutting across the Kurong very slightly. Hear the door going. Yeah, somewhere out there is Kangaroo Island. Down there is the road you take on the coastal route to Adelaide. Oh my. We can slow down a little bit, come on. Trying to pull out as much fuel as I can without actually stalling the plane. Just trying to make it as fuel efficient as possible, but we have good tailwind. I wonder what else we can do in this plane. The lights are back there somewhere. The hitboxes on them used to be awful. They actually got a lot better in one of the updates. What else can we do? Sunshades. I know we can do sunshades. Can we see the cloud cover on the MFD? Menu, map settings. Map. Heading up? No, I prefer north up. There we go. Terrain display, topo. That's fine. Weather. That's what I want. Weather. Next with data. On. Hey, nice. Yeah, so just some white clouds as we are flying this way. And by just the heading, will it show me? Ooh, okay, yeah, so this is something that is good for heading up. You can actually see which direction you're flying. Not that it will matter once we get somewhere over here. I have a rough idea how we should. There's a pack of pies in my drawer. It's good for you two for me. Lovely, thank you. On the map there, Wine that's Meningi. That is right on the south side of Lake Alexandrina. I always wondered why South Australia wasn't divided by the Murray River, so that South Australia itself would be in Victoria. Excuse me, below the Murray River would be in Victoria. I guess it's because the time zones are too similar. So you could have parts of South Australia half an hour ahead, or an hour ahead, you know. While being further, so like Kingston could technically be further along than Barmera. Wait, Barmera is still kind of north. Renmark. That seems like a better comparison. Renmark seems further east, sorry. It makes sense to have it divided like that, but yeah, I don't know. With a little more fuel, we just want to hang around 170 knots here. As I said, we are cruising right now. Used about 1/3 to 1/4 of our fuel. And if we took a more direct route from Narracourt to like Rufus or whatever, we probably would have saved a bit more fuel. Instead, we flew out to Kingston and then down along the Coorong. But I think this is a much more interesting route. Renmark is still kind of north too. God damn it. Damn. Oh, you can actually see Kangaroo Island. Hopefully you can see that little bump on the horizon. Yeah, there's a problem with Kangaroo Island in this sim. It looks like a massive volcano, so it's really easy to see from everywhere, especially Adelaide. It's a bit broken, so like you can see Kangaroo Island from here, whereas in real life you probably wouldn't be able to see it. I'm gonna have a look at my map options again. I'm gonna see if I can if I can have heading on the map orientation track up. No, it'd have to be heading up. Yeah, we'll just use heading up on this plane then. Seems to make the most sense. There's Intog. Intog is the first waypoint in a visual arrival for non-jets coming from the southeast or south-southeast. As you're coming into Adelaide itself. That gives you an idea how far out of Adelaide we are. Actually, maybe no it doesn't, but still good. Also, I did find another way of capturing footage that is more like center. I just used my hand and realized you can't see it. But yeah, there's a way to do that, but it's way more resource intensive for some reason. So unfortunately, while we can get like a right down the middle view, what I technically would see, yeah, it's just annoyingly way more intensive on the computer. Coorong is looking really good out here. Look at this, the water's kind of going that bluish color. Like it's kind of grey or dark blue out here. Over here, it is really like teal or cyan. You can see little bits of like the blue water. Yeah, it's really nice out here. Hopefully the weather in Adelaide is good. Pretty sure there's a way to get an ATIS for Adelaide or Parafield. I have all my comms turned off though. What I'll do is I'll actually get on my phone and I will look up the Parafield meta. Okay, so current winds indicate runway 21 in use. So we'll land 21. 21 left. There's a bit of cloud, so the meta from Adelaide says winds 230, 14 knots, good visibility. Scattered cloud at 2,800, broken 4,200, temperature 19, dew point 11, QNH 1019. I just realized we are in inches instead of hectopascals as well. So we'll put that on hectopascals. And we know that we will be 1019. There we go, cool. Hey Victoria, how you doing today? Okay, we can probably cut a little bit more. That's my mouse. We can probably cut a little bit more of the Coorong here. So we'll start cutting across here. Yeah, so essentially we'll fly by Adelaide CBD, fly up along Main North Road or to the right of it, then we'll come around and so we'll fly downwind base. Is it upwind? No, it's downwind. Downwind base land. Doing good, just got to bed. How am I? I'm doing quite well, thank you. Just chilling out, playing some Flight Sim in VR because it's been a while since I've actually played Flight Sim, so figured why not just do it in virtual reality as well. It's so immersive. There's one thing that you guys can't get, and that's scale. It feels like I'm sitting in a cockpit right now. It's really cool. So we can start actually seeing Lake Alexandrina here. I don't know if you can. Kind of between the... so right up at the top of this lake to the left, so not this one, that one, and the horizon about halfway is the bottom of Lake Alexandrina, right next to Menindee. It's cool. Victoria, thank you very much for the sub as well. I appreciate it. You like the plane's livery? I mean, you can't really see it from in here. And I forgot how to change the view to the outside. Stand by. This is so not legitimate. You can see here wearing a little red and white little livery here, all the way down. Oh. Yeah, so pretty cool. I could have just done this. The reflections are really bad though. Because of VR performance, I have to turn down the reflections, so, or else I'll just choose it. Yeah. I know I have a button somewhere. Oh wait, hang on, is it this one? No, that's not it.
Engaging autopilot.
No.
Engaging autopilot.
Yeah, I forgot what the button is to look outside. Oh, you saw the livery on the thumbnail. Oh yeah, of course, I forget that YouTube uses thumbnails. Sorry, I've been streaming a lot more on Twitch recently, so yeah, I forgot about that. But yeah, it is a really nice livery. It's a cool little plane, this one. Alright, so if you see here, why Yankee Golf Whiskey Alpha, that is Goolwa, very close to Victor Harbour. It's kind of like the gate to Adelaide almost. It's just a few hours drive out of Adelaide. I have good memories down at Victor Harbour too. Unfortunately, the places where I have those memories have all been shut down since. So, a bit unfortunate. Maybe we'll fly right over Victor Harbour. Victor Harbour's kind of there. It's not too much further out of our way, so we may as well, right? So the clouds in Adelaide are broken 2,800. We're below that, 2,500. So we should avoid all the clouds though. Some of them, that looks like a rain pocket over there. That may be a rain pocket right in front of us. Shouldn't be too bad. We'll have to swap over fuel tanks shortly too. The right one is definitely getting a little lower than the left. When we get to Victor Harbour, or like to, I was going to say to the mouth of Lake Alexandrina maybe, we'll swap over to the left fuel tank just to try and keep the balance even for when we land. You're guessing the plane is a Cirrus SR-22. You are correct. I just want to fly like a little something something. I've seen a few YouTubers flying around this kind of area recently. IRL. One of them does fly an SR-22, so I thought, why not dust it off? We'll do a VFR flight and yeah, just have some fun. Oh, okay, look, you can definitely see Kangaroo Island now. Like I said, it looks like a volcano out there in the ocean. That is not legit. Funny thing, when you're flying out to Kangaroo Island or out at Kangaroo Island, it doesn't look so bad when you're flying out of Kings Cove. But out here, it literally looks like a humongous mountain. Right, I can actually see the mouth of Lake Alexandrina now. It's my miss. There's the mouth of Lake Alexandrina, pretty much right here, somewhere. I'm looking through my right eye, but like I said, I'm left eye dominant, so it's a bit hard to. Hey, Raptor, what's up? How you doing, mate? You figured it out by the landing gear? I don't think this thing has gear. I think it is fixed wheel. So unless you mean by the throttle and stuff, that could be it. You're doing great, that's good. Yeah, I've actually been at it again for a while, Raptor, just not on Flight Sim very much. The reason being is that YouTube doesn't favor my style of content. It favors the React style of content on shorts and whatever. And so it's really disheartened me to put in as much effort as I do, especially in the edit, you know, of the videos. So haven't really been doing much because of that. I've had to block, like just in the last 2 or 3 days, like 4 channels of React content that just do nothing other than sit there gawking at someone else's content. So I spend a lot of time editing the video. My last my PC-12 flight off video, I think it's around 12 minutes. That flight is like an hour and a half, or like an hour or something, and to melt it down into 12 minutes for something to watch, for people to watch people's slack-jawed at other people's content, it's just, it sucks. On the thumbnail I saw the landing gear, which is fixed, not retractable. Yeah. I wish I could reach my keyboard right now, but I really can't. There's probably a button. Oh wait, hang on, there is a button. Is it that one? That's not it. There it is! Cool, okay. Wait, why am I was gonna say, why am I looking at the camera? That's weird. Anyway, here we go. This is what I'm flying. I totally forgot that this was a button here. So yeah, this is the Cirrus SR22, and yeah, we're flying from Narraport, somewhere down in the southeast of South Australia, all the way up to Adelaide. Yeah, really cool tiny plane. Right, that is the button. Good, good, good. YouTube being YouTube. Yep, that's it. Rewards people for stealing other people's content. It's fantastic. Like it's not even transformative. Okay, no, we can't fly right over Victor Harbour. We've got too much weather. So I'm going to push us to the north now. And we'll kind of fly by Strathalbyn. So again, if you can see it, Yankee Sierra, Yankee November, on the MFD here, that's Strathalbyn. But yeah, we can't fly visual through all that. So just gonna push us a little bit further. And we'll actually fly pretty much right over the mouth of Lake Alexandrina, which is cool. But yeah, so I'm like, why should I put in all the hard work if YouTube's not going to reward something like that? Because they're too busy rewarding people saying, what the hell? Oh my god, in a 1-minute video. Like I literally counted the amount of words some people said. It was less than 5 in like a 30 to 60 second clip. Pretty ridiculous. Because eventually some people will stumble on it. Well, that's it. They will eventually. But, you know, I know that I'm technically on a new word channel, but I've been doing YouTube for nearly 20 years. In 3 years, it'll be 20 years since I uploaded my first video. Despite the algorithm being funky, you're doing great. Keep it up. You might feel down, but don't give up on yourself. You're a wonderful flight simmer and entertainer. Thank you. See, things like that are nice to hear. But if you like the live streams, you'll probably definitely like the edited videos a lot more. They are very concise, have large flights, like hour and a half down into 15 minutes. And with ATC as well. So that's cool. All right, Meningi. Meningi is behind us. Crap. I was gonna be like, there's Meningi, but no. Game says no, you've already passed it. Alright, now we'll cruise. I want to fly past the CBD, so maybe we'll get on this side of the lofty ranges, and then we'll kind of fly along the edge of the CBD, then we'll go find parafuel. It's better to have quality viewers than quantity viewers. I mean, yeah, but that being said, having more views would be nice. Like, I know that my channel, for what it is, gets really good views. Like my last video, it definitely went over the amount of subscribers I have. I feel like it went over 1,000. And, you know, I'm around 600 subscribers. The thing is that I also don't want to burn out on flight sim content. So I have been playing other things over on Twitch so that I don't bombard people here with random games. So, because that isn't what they signed up for. Right, we will swap over to left tank. You see the bottom of the lofty ranges right in front of us, right here. Actually, it's pretty much right in front of us, but you can actually see part of it, like over here-ish. Are we flying over your country? We are. This is Australia, in the state of South Australia. We're about 50 nautical miles southeast of the capital city, Adelaide, which is the capital city of South Australia. Oh, look. Bloody weather over there is perfect. We could have actually gone flying over there. It just looked really bad. God dang it. Should have trusted the next route. Either way, I think we're going to have a better thing here. We're still running very low fuel at the moment too, which is kind of nice. Yeah, we want to fly over the low parts of the lofty ranges, which is why I'm flying so far south. You can see some familiar waypoints. So we've just passed Intog, which is a non-jet only arrival. I don't know if you can read it, but it says Drina in the middle of Lake Alexandrina there, which is just over there. Drina is a entry point for jets. So seeing a lot of familiar waypoints right now. But yeah, so I've visited Adelaide quite a lot through my life. Every single... Hey, Rhetoric, how you doing? Followed, thank you very much. Used to play a lot of this. Dude, we're playing Flight Sim 2024. We're in the Sim Update 2 beta. Performance is a lot better than it has been in the past, honestly. Yeah, it's good. Speaking about Australia, it came up on the news earlier about a certain marsupial that lives there. Which one? There's a few. It's kangaroo. I was gonna say some more and I've just blanked. We have a handful here, though. Koala, wombat, wallaby, yeah. Ringtail possum. Yup. I was going to be like, we have a few. And then I brain farted really bad. Alright, good, we're on left. Seeing some more waypoints that I'm familiar with. I see Virat, which is the final waypoint for your approach into runway 23 in Adelaide, if you're a jet. Now, the way we're flying this is not legit. If we were flying this to be legit, we'd actually go around the lofty ranges maybe, or directly over Adelaide. Because the way we're going to fly it would be right in the way of any aircraft that are flying runway 23, which is the active runway right now in Adelaide. Luckily, we don't have any traffic to worry about in the sim, so we don't have to worry about Virat being an issue. Platypus, yes. The chlamydia factory. Well, I heard one of the members of One Direction got chlamydia from a koala. It's kind of funny. So it's very treatable, so you know. Is that Strathalbyn down there? Strathalbyn and Strathalbyn Airport are quite far away from each other. So I'm pretty sure that blob right there is Strathalbyn. I could be wrong though. Alright, I need another drink. I've talked a lot. And I need something to drink. Okay, looking at this, we might have to swing around a little more to the left. Could actually go flying through this area here. I have friends that live through here. That lake, I can't remember which one it is. They live pretty much, well, their parents live right next to it. When I first visited them, like, we were all like only about 17 or 18 at the time, or like 17 to 20, and yeah, so they were still living at home, and yeah, it was really cool to go out there, like literally 5 minutes from a major shopping center, but you like go out to their place and nothing else exists. It's so cool. You have chocolate milk, you're addicted. I hate you. I want chocolate milk. Well, it's such a child saying that. So yeah, we could fly a bit more legit. A legit thing might be flying directly over Adelaide. However, I don't know how the performance will handle that if we get too close to it. I tried flying an A320 in VR out of Jenny! Hello, Jenny. How you doing? Oh wait, it's Jeannie, isn't it? Sorry, Jeannie. I'm so used to saying Jenny from old days before I actually knew. Hi, Jeannie. It's nice to see you over here. Bigfoot's iced coffee concentrate. Oh. If I was able to transform into any animal, I would be a shark so I could swim from America to Australia. Oh Lord, you might have a bit of a problem there. You might need to be a whale. Jenny from the block. I'm still Jenny from the block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. No matter where I go, I know where I came from. I have what our tea-loving friends call woo-ah. What's that? What is woo-ah? A word-for-word rendition. I wouldn't say it's word-for-word rendition. Oh, You have a bottle of water? I'd love a bottle of water. Actually, I have a bottle of water. You gotta get back to work. All that. Thanks, Jeannie. I'll maybe catch up with you sometime in the future. Try and have a good day at work, yeah? It was 10 out of 10. I already. You gotta run lunchtime? No problem. Enjoy lunch. When we land, I'm probably gonna go for lunch as well. I don't even know what time it is. Hey Google, what's the time? Oh, it's nearly 2 p.m. Oh wait, I have a clock right here. Oh wait, but it doesn't show local time. It shows UTC. I don't want to do that. Alright, we're coming around the southern side of the lofty ranges. Actually, there's a bowls club, you know, like lawn bowls. Everyone knows what lawn bowls is, right? Have a great stream. Thank you, Rhetoric. Have a great day. Please no runway excursions. I can't promise anything. I have not landed a plane in a long time. Anyway, somewhere out here, I don't think it's that one, but somewhere out here, I went to a bowls club with my dad the last time I visited him. And it's somewhere like out here or like just on the other side of this part, you know, the low part of the ranges here. And it's beautiful out there. And everyone was so friendly, even to someone who looks like me. And when I say looks like me, I don't mean that in any derogatory, well, kind of derogatory way. Or degrading way, I should say. What I mean is that I have like stretched earlobes and like piercings and whatever. But yeah, they were all friendly, like they're all old. But yeah, they were really nice. And it was like somewhere like out here. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that is Happy Valley Reservoir right in front of us. So we're making good track. You can actually see Adelaide Airport from here. You can kind of tell, I don't know how well you guys can see it, but it's like very brown, 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 and then Adelaide Airport itself is green. And plus the terminal kind of sits all by itself there. So yeah, it should be right in the middle of your view. I can't see the view, so the only thing I popped out was the chat and everything up there that you guys see. Thanks to Stream Elements, by the way, for making ground control. You've made my job of doing VR stuff much, much easier. I appreciate that. Alright, we're going to start heading around here. This will essentially put us on the downwind for Parafield. I'm also going to start dropping our altitude. We'll do 2,000. Oh, thank you. There it is. There's Adelaide. It's so easy to see. Actually, Parafield's pretty easy to see. If you see the lakes kind of right in front of me, there's like a layer of like trees and city and whatever. Then a dark green patch, and then there's like a brown patch in the middle of it all. There's like salt lakes and stuff there. That is right near Parafield Airport. So it's very, very easy to see. As we fly right, I've done this whole flight VFR. Like, yeah, we've used some instruments to, you know, obviously help. But we have done this whole flight in VFR. There's runway 12. We're looking down it right now. Actually, that's 30. But it's 1230, but we're looking down it from the 30 line. Makes me so hyped for flight school. Yeah, it's gonna be sick. I'm so jealous. I've never actually been in a plane IRL, so I am extremely jealous of you right now. All right, flight plan. Let's do. Where's procedure? I don't have procedure here. Do you have procedure over here? I don't see procedure over here either. Crap. Menu. Nope, that's not what I want. Sick. Ball club? Like, the bowls club? I don't know where the bowls club is. It's way back there somewhere. But here we have the Adelaide Central Business District right under our left wing. If you can see that bright brown large building somewhere in the middle there, like there's like an orange building and then a bright brown building just above it. I've actually stayed in the place. My band played a show just down the road a little more from that, and yeah, that was the hotel we stayed at. I'm pretty sure that's the hotel and not the Toys R Us building. There's Parafield Airport right to our 11 o'clock. So yeah, very cool. We're already here in Parafield. Well, in Adelaide. Looks like the right amount of fuel was loaded by the time we land. When we're on final, I might swap to the right tank just to make sure that we are good. That is Jeps Cross that we are passing right now. Again, it's a bit hard to see. There, nope. We're flying kind of right along the road for it. But Jeps Cross is essentially a 5-way intersection. So, good luck with that one. We're going to head 03. So we kind of line up with the runway. There we go. So we're now flying downwind. I'm going to get a little lower, 1500 feet. Yeah, 1500 should be fine. They'll see. Balls or bowls? Bowls. Yeah, that's it. Memories. Memories. That is all I'm taking with me. So goodbye. Please don't cry. I think that might be Golden Grove. We're pretty close to Golden Grove. Alright, we're going full mixture. And drop out some of the power. And we are going to make our left turn. Parafield traffic, Echo Foxtrot, X-ray, base, runway 21, Parafield traffic. Oh, my whole everything just freaked out there for a moment. Sorry, saw that. All right, reset the view. That seems like I'm a little... Where's my reset key? There we go. So like bowling, kind of. But it's done on a grass field. Or a grass lawn. Oh yeah, the pitch trim goes the other way on this thing. Up for up, down for down. I'm not used to that. Why are we climbing? Get down. Alright, runway is in sight. As we fly right over Main North Road. Parafield traffic, Echo, Foxtrot, X-ray, final runway 21, Parafield. Laps 1. Oh, I'm a little close to the yoke now. I am using a yoke, though I do have a side stick. Look at that view, you can see the Adelaide CBD from here. We're actually flying very close to my grandparents' house at the moment too. They haven't lived there in a while, but I still call it their house. You connected to VATSIM? Not at the moment, Josh, but you know, it's still best to practice, right? A little bit low. Let's even up a bit here. Alright, a little bit of lag because we have some custom scenery for Parafield. Now we're a little high. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good about it now. I'm being pushed quite a bit, though we have a direct headwind, which is crazy. This is an issue I've seen with a few planes. When you start slowing down, it starts pushing you to one side. Oh Lord, the lag, dude. Alright, this is going to be a bad landing. I'm so sorry. That isn't even where I wanted to land. That was terrible. I'm so... Oh my... Dude, stop skating around. I'm like barely touching the rudders right now. And yeah, it was bad. Yeah, that was terrible, right? All right, everyone, rate me on a score of 0 to 1. Because that's about where I'd rate myself. Clear, we will turn off landing lights and strobe lights. And Parafield traffic, go Foxtrot X-ray, taxis to parking. Final call, Parafield. Ryanair, 10 out of 10. 1, you didn't crash out. I mean, fair. In both meetings. Like, I knew instantly that it wasn't going to be good because of the latency. Like, I'm not sure if you guys saw it, just how bad the lag was. Especially on that very short final. Something that happens in VR quite often is when you're about to land, things can freeze up pretty bad. Oh, I looked up and it's like a pool minus stick, and the white ball is yellow and the rest are blue and red, but bigger than the yellow one. I'd say it's kind of like French balls, but much larger scale. Like balls is played on something about quarter the size. Right now, 10 out of 10, yep. Also, for those of you who are subscribers, I just want to apologize. There probably won't be another video this month as well. It's because the YouTube ecosystem is pretty bad, and I am finding it hard to edit my own stuff as well. I've tried asking people to edit for me, and I've given them some footage, but at this point here, it's been months since I gave it to them. I can actually tell you how long it's been shortly. Balls. Yeah, French balls. Yeah, you can see as we look over here towards the scenery, the frame rate kind of dips a bit. I've got the game on pretty low preset, though despite the fact I have a pretty beefy computer, I'm noticing that we're about 20 frames right now. Actually, that freed up the moment I said that. We're at least 30 to 40 at the moment. I don't have a frame counter, but... And I am using the new foveated rendering, so as I look around, the edges look a bit blurry. And that's to try... excuse me, that's to try and keep some performance, but yeah, it's not working out. So we flew roughly 450 kilometers, 400 kilometers. I don't know how long we've been live for. I can't see that. I can't see that from you. I do want to get some lunch though, because it's about 2 p.m. It's 10 past 2. Pétanque? I don't know what that is. All right. Mixture out, throttle out. Parking brake on. There we go. Turn off the ignition. Turn off the lights. Turn off the avionics, and we'll turn off the batteries. Aircraft is secure. Oh, that's French balls? Okay. Anyway, yeah, so here we are in Parafield. We have the Mount Lofty Ranges all the way across here. And we have our little Cirrus SR22 right here. I wish I didn't have custom scenery for this place, but I like flying in and out of here, so it's something that does happen. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little flight. I don't know when the next stream will be, whether it'll be here or on Twitch. But on Twitch, I've just started playing Elder Scrolls Oblivion. 12:42 a.m. In the land on red and white and blue. And going to hit the sheets. Keep up the content. See you later, Raptor. Have a good one, mate. I was going to say red, white, and blue. You mean France? But then I realized it's America. But yeah, anyway. If you have enjoyed it, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It does help out a bunch. And check me out on Twitch, where I've been playing variety games, because I don't want to inundate the people here on YouTube with things that they don't want to see. So I'm trying to be courteous in that way. Could also be Britain or Russia. Fair enough. But yeah, very, very cool. I wish I could like walk around Parafield a little more. I mean, we could. Oh, it follows where your gaze is. Let's quickly walk over to the tower here. I don't know if you'll get a sense of scale, but I will. Actually, this is going to be a really long walk, isn't it? Crap. Yeah, it's surreal walking around in VR. And I don't mean so real, I mean surreal. Feels like I'm actually here. Especially with these custom textures, like they're not super high quality, but you know, they're better than what would normally be here, which is a flat surface. Yeah, that's really cool. Like, I feel like I'm going to be no higher than, maybe not even half the fence. Wonder how tall the characters are in this. Because you can't set your height, so that's a thing. Yeah, that is wicked. Actually, if you go to Adelaide with I think it's Fly Tamper scenery. Oh, Jesus. You can actually go inside the tower, and it's really cool. What? USB-C charging port disabled? No, go away. I think there's an issue with my USB-C cable. It doesn't charge my phone very well. It doesn't charge my my headset very well. But yeah, that is wicked. And yeah, the doors, yeah, they feel about right. That's cool. Anyway, I'm going to head off. I'm going to go get some food. Thanks everyone so much for coming along. Don't forget to check out all the links and check me out on Twitch, where I may be live at some other stage playing something other than Flight Sim. Maybe, well, probably Oblivion remastered, because that's a hot thing right now and it looks amazing. It plays really well as well. So anyway, until the next time, everyone, do take care. Change to me. Where's my button? I can. There we go. Thanks everyone so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this small flyover from Narracourt to Parafield. And I will see you all again in the next... exclamation mark Discord. Oh, there's links down in the description as well to come jump in the Discord if you want to come hang out, though it's a bit quiet there at the moment because, again, I'm not really doing too much. So, yeah, until the next time, everyone, do take care. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.